Hey there everybody, this is Lee with Creative2xmom, and today I'm going to be talking about manipulatives that we use in our home in teaching language arts. I've got a good variety of items in front of me and I hope you'll stick around to watch this video. So if you're new to our channel, my name is Lee and I am the homeschooling mom of 3 kiddos, ages 13, 10, and 7, and we have been homeschooling for about 7 years. So this channel is all about motherhood, homeschooling, and thriving in the everyday. This video is actually part of a collaboration that is being hosted by Claire at Cookie Crumb Fun, and I'm going to link her channel down below as well as the playlist. She challenged us to share with you all our manipulatives that we use in our home for language arts. Now this one was a little bit of a challenge for me because manipulatives for math is an easy concept. I can always think of different things that we use there. But language arts really made me think, okay, how am I teaching my kids and how can I do better? So I pulled the things out that we are currently using or have used in the past, and I thought I would share them with you. Most of these items can either be picked up at Dollar Tree or the Target spot, dollar spot at Target. A few of them are a little bit more expensive, but I think you'll find that most of these items can go across not just your homeschool, but also into your family life. So let's get started. Now these first 2 items are items that I picked up at the dollar spot at Target, and the first one might seem a little bit odd, but the more I thought about it, I thought, well, this fits the bill. These are puzzle sequencing cards that I picked up a few years ago. You can usually find them around the back to school time, and they are in sets of 4. I'm trying to hold this up so they don't fall apart. And they're 2-sided, so even though you think you're getting about 4 or 5 different sequences, you're actually getting 8 or 10, and you put the different cards in a sequence. The reason why I classify these as language arts manipulatives is it's a good way to see the sequencing of telling a story. I also thought they were really good for having your child imagine and tell the story, have some imaginative play, and so that you can get them involved. And they're very hands-on because you're not only flipping the cards over because you have so many puzzles, and then you're trying to get them in the right order. So I love these. We have used these quite a bit. They are well loved. And for only $1, these are an absolute steal. The other item that I have picked up from the Target dollar spot are these puzzles, and we have a couple of them. This one is ABC order. So on the bottom, there is the letter. I don't know if you can see that or not. They're pretty thin. On the bottom is the letter, and when your child puts them in the correct ABC order, it creates a picture. So they are self-correcting. If the picture does not come out correct, then your child knows that they need to go back and check their orders of their letters. This one, I believe, is like a lake scene. It has an owl and stuff on it. It's been a while since we've done this one, but I find that these are a lot of fun for the preschool, even in kindergarten. Even though my kindergartners knew their ABCs and they knew the order at that point, we would pull this out on a day that they just needed a little brain break, and they would do ABC order for me, and it's a fun little puzzle to have on hand. This is another Target dollar spot find. These are rhyming puzzle cards. These were $3 in the Target dollar spot, and they are self-correcting as well. It also, what I loved about these is that each of the words has the rhyming part underlined. So you have crown and clown, and for both of the words, the OWN is underlined so your child can see where the rhyming part comes in. These are great for sounding out words, learning to read, and learning to rhyme. These were a huge help because for some reason rhyming was a challenge in our house, and my kids really loved working with these. Now this next set of items actually came from the Dollar Tree, and a lot of us know the value of sight words, but they can be a challenge to teach our kids. Well, what I discovered was that the Dollar Tree has all the sight words already printed out on these cards, and all you have to do is cut them apart and store them. And they have them all the way up through 3rd grade, I believe. They start out at preschool and they take them all the way up to 3rd grade for $1 a set. So I can buy much more expensive sight word flashcards, but these absolutely do the trick. The other thing is, I was a little bit leery, would they have all the words for only $1? So I went online and I looked up the sight word lists. Every one of the words is included. I have never had an incomplete set. So The only problem is what happens with us is sometimes they get lost, so I just go to the Dollar Tree and I get the sentence strips and I keep the list with my flashcards so I know which ones are missing, and then I can write those in and fill them in. A lot of times we will do these in sets of about 4 or 5, and we'll practice that set over and over for a week. The next week we add more in, and then after a couple of weeks I will shuffle them so they're out of order, and we review that way. These work really, really well. I had one child that was absolutely flying through them, so I have all the way up through 3rd grade, and we absolutely love them. I've hung on to them for years and years, and sometimes we'll go back and practice. These are also good if you have to kind of make your own spelling list. Sometimes they can be nice for developing spelling lists, but I really love these. For $1, can't beat it. Alright, these are also from the Dollar Tree. These are Spelling Bee, National Spelling Bee flashcards, and we have the Challenger set, so this is age 8 and up. In this set, there are several different categories. So the yellow cards are for how to spell the words. On the front of the words, you have, on the front of the card, you have 4 different spellings. You have to pick out which one is correct, and then on the back, it has the correct spelling as well as the definition. The blue cards are for usage. So these would be like vocabulary cards. It says a charismatic person is, and it gives you 4 different choices. And on the back, it tells you what the correct answer is, what the pronunciation is, and the definition. And then for the orange cards, we have definition cards. And then, of course, on the back, it gives you the correct definition. So I love these. These are great for building vocabulary, building spelling power. My favorite probably are the vocabulary ones because they are useful all the way up on through junior high in introducing new spelling words to your kids. And again, for $1, this was a really fantastic find. And of course, spelling tiles. You can never go wrong with spelling tiles. We have this set of connecting spelling tiles, and these are by Eureka, I believe. Yes. I love to pull these out when the kids are practicing their spelling words. If they need a little bit of extra practice, some days I will just pull these out and they can just build the word for me. Sometimes I'll have them just build the word. Sometimes they have to build it and copy it. Sometimes they build it, copy it several times. Another thing that we like to do with our spelling is take out different colored markers. My kids don't get to use markers a whole lot in their actual schoolwork, so to be able to do what we call rainbow writing, where each letter is a different color, forces them to kind of slow down and think about what they're writing because they're looking for a new color. That's one of the spelling strategies we use, and my kids love that. But they really enjoy these tiles as well because it's a good way to just kind of search through the letters, a little bit something different, and they have a good time with that one. So let's talk games. Of course, you can't go wrong with a classic Scrabble game. This is the travel size one, and it unzips to open up to your travel board, as well as having all your pieces inside. So we like to do that. I'm not a big Scrabble player, but I will play this with my kids, and my husband loves to play Scrabble with the kids. Another one that we really enjoy is Boggle. We just have the travel size again. My daughter loves this one. My only drawback with this version is it's very hard to pop the lid off of. And we took this one time to the dentist office while we were waiting, and tiles went everywhere. But this is a really fun one to play with. And my kids are getting a little bit older now, so they're kind of phasing out of the rhyming cards and the flashcards, but they are moving into a really fun new phase of life, and that is the game of Scattergories. My daughter loves this one, and I think that my 13-year-old is starting to get into it as well. This is one of my absolute favorite games. It really forces you to think creatively, because you're trying to pick out a word for the category that other people wouldn't. This forces you to use your vocabulary, it forces you to think critically, it forces you to do so many different skills, but we really love the language arts aspect of it. One other item that I don't have in front of me right now, and that is Rory's Story Cubes. Again, it kind of goes along with the lines of the sequencing cards, is that it forces you to tell a story, to create a story. And I find that they are a lot of fun if you're trying to get your child to think creatively and to write stories, is to pull out those story cubes and then have them write down what they want to create out of that, to really use their imagination, and it makes writing so much fun. So that's all the language arts manipulatives I have to share with you today. Don't forget to check the playlist down below. I can guarantee you that I will be checking it out for new and creative ways to teach language arts. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscription button and give this video a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys!